Hello, and thank you for clicking on this video. So I wanted to ask you, does God have a sense of humor? And I know if I know in my past, based off perceptions from some religions, some people, some churches in like Hollywood, that's a whole different video. But if you've never done it, Google Hollywood, the type of wood, and who uses it for what. It'll tell you a lot about Hollywood. But that's a whole different video. So, anyways, I wanted to ask you, does God have a sense of humor? Because, again, the perceptions can be kind of, more religious, like man-made traditions. Like, you got to do this at this time, this at this time, this in this way. And it's like, where's the fun? And I think that kind of turns a lot of people off. Okay, because everybody wants to have fun. I mean, of course, everybody wants to joke around and laugh. I mean, well, anyways, do you believe God has a sense of humor? So, let me just say, the creator of all, the all-knowing, do you think he created humor? It's part of joy. He definitely created humor. And I only realized this a couple years ago. I only saw it a couple years ago. But he is like, move to the side, Dave Chappelle. Okay? Move to the side, Jerry Seinfeld. Like, because let's just say he's perfect. His delivery is perfect. He knows you. He knows how to get your funny bone. So it's perfect delivery, perfect timing, perfect everything. And it's funny because when I'm interacting with God and something happens, it almost takes my brain a few seconds to catch on. I'm a little slower than the Almighty, of course. But he has an amazing, beyond understanding sense of humor in a way. And what's really funny too is just this morning, okay, and this is how God works. Before I was getting ready for work, I was kind of thinking about what to do the video on, what topic or what question to ask today. And I was thinking about this, of course, does God have a sense of humor? And in my mind, I was thinking just what I said, that God is perfect. And he knows you better than you know yourself, because he created you, and he knows how to tickle that funny bone, and he is the Almighty. So anyways, when I was thinking literally the words, God, you have perfect timing, right in front of me was a red cardinal that flew. A red cardinal. Now, it's pretty rare to see a red cardinal, at least for me. But that's how kind of God interacts. His time, there's no coincidences. No coincidences. That's the thing. I used to think everything was a coincidence. There are no coincidences, okay? And that's kind of a part of the relationship with God. It's real. Like, I was thinking, literally in my mind is the words perfect timing, and there the red cardinal went right in front of my view to grab my attention. That he said, it was funny because I'm thinking about his humor and his timing, and like I said, that happened. It was just like, yep, that's me. I'm the Almighty. Nothing's impossible. So, anyways, I want people to understand that God created humor. That's part of joy. He is more fun because it's like having, I don't like to use this word, but for lack of a better word, it's like having a superhero as your best friend. And beyond your understanding, things can happen and it just grabs you. It's the hidden treasures of secret places that goes beyond our understanding, and it's hard to convey. But again, that's why I'm doing these videos, to try to show people, especially if you don't know, how God interacts with us. It's real. It is real. I mean, for me to see a red cardinal at the split, I mean, it's like, the timing is perfect. It's not even like you couldn't measure time right before or right after. It was like perfect, and he's amazing. So let me try to at least give another example of God's humor. Now, of course, it's funny thing is because it's personal to us. So, again, what's funny to me or what was for me may not impact you the same way. But let me tell you about the first time I really didn't talk to God. I was able to talk with God. It was the first time I realized, and this was really, it was like 2.5 years ago when things went bam, 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 bam. God was doing for me to help me and show me truth beyond this worldly understanding. And I was outside on my porch. It was at night. I was kind of talking to God. And then, and I'm sure this has happened before, I just didn't notice it until this time, but I know I saw it, I heard it, I had the ears to hear and the eyes to see. But it was like I was talking to him, and then there was a thought of, I love you. And it wasn't my thought. It wasn't like me saying, I love you. Why would I'd never say that. I love you to yourself. And so it wasn't my thought. And it was like an instantaneous, it's like a tone of non-judgment, acceptance, and joy. That's kind of how God, it's not like you hear with your physical ears. You hear with who you are. You're eternal, you're spirit. You're not physical. And so you hear with those ears and see with those eyes that God gives you. But anyways, going back to my story, I'm going to try to make this quick. Sorry. So I heard that, and it was a different feeling and a different tone than what I was thinking of. So that's how I know it wasn't me. Okay, and it kind of obviously got my attention. He knows exactly what to do and how to get your attention. And then it was kind of like I was asking God, "Is this you?" And it was yes. And it was like a little back and forth. It's not like I asked all the questions of the universe. It was really just, I was almost in shock, obviously. It's pretty shocking when you're, I would say, in the presence of the Lord. But and then it was like, so I closed my eyes because I was concentrating. And the thing is too, is I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I want to mention this because it may. But I mean, I've done meditation. I've done my, opened up my chakras, whatever, And the thing is even, and this was, I mean, my mid-20s or so. But when I was going on my journey for truth, and you can feel that energy. And really, since then, I started well, that's a whole different video. But anyways, I just want to bring that up because I kind of went in that mindset in a way. And it was maybe doing that in the past kind of got me ready for doing this now. But anyways, so it was in my mind. It was this total blackness, but I pictured talking to God. So I picture, and it was funny because it's kind of like it was like a cartoon. So I was like a little cartoon kid, and here was this perfect silver bearded. The classic picture. You can picture God however you want, really. But this silver bearded, wise man, and there was nothing else. And again, the way God speaks, it's not like it's just physical, like you're hearing me now. So, but what it was he was being joyful and telling me this is a big step in your faith, in your growth. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. But he was celebrating. And it was like he was proud of me. And I know this video is about humor, but it's every time it's amazing. It's an overpowering joy. But he was celebrating and he was joyful. And he was proud of me. And he was saying he loved me. And that that was him. It was an amazing experience, okay? It was an amazing experience. But what I want to get to is, like, up until that time, it's kind of like almost thinking about like school. Like this period, it's about math. This period this time is for this and that. And so, like, up to then, it was like, okay, I prayed with God right now. And then it's like the rest of the day or time is just like I'm not with him in my mind. But this is how God is. So when I was kind of done, it was kind of like, okay, I'm going to go in now. I'll talk to you later. And I walk inside, I close my door, and I lean by my door, and then it came over me. I still had that same presence, of him, that feeling and I kind of stood there for a minute and I go, "Are you still?" And he's like, "Yep." And it's hard to convey, but it was just the tone, the feeling. It was almost like, it was reassuring, but it was like, duh, I'm always with you. I'm always with you. It doesn't matter if you're standing outside, if you're standing inside, if you're thinking about me, talking to me, thinking about God, or talking to God or not. And I want to convey that to you because he's always with you. He is always with you, but also he is so funny. I mean, that was a moment where obviously I had some tears. I mean, it was still, I was tearing up here just talking about it, and then he had that humor to lift you up at right then. And it was just like, I started just cracking up. It was just perfect. And there's been so many moments like that. And again, those are the treasures, the hidden treasures of secret places. Because he loves you. He loves you. So I wanted to share that because if you've never experienced it, or even if you have a relationship with God, but you're kind of in that military mindset, it's like some religions, some churches, some people think that you have to do certain things or be in a certain way, or it's all serious. It's all serious. Of course, God's the Almighty. I mean, he can just level Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? He can just flood the whole earth. So you have to respect the Lord and know your place, but he loves you. You're his child. It doesn't matter what your physical age is here on earth. We're all his children. We're all children, learning, growing. But I want to convey that he has the most perfect sense of humor. And it's used at the perfect time to lift you up. He's always there. He's always there for you, okay? Don't allow the enemy to deceive you, or don't let yourself snare yourself in your own mind. God's wonderful. Just God's, like right now, I'm just feeling just overwhelming. And anyways, I want to convey that because it's not a military mindset. It's not like when you, like some churches, like you'll go to church and then it's like, okay, sit down, sit quiet, listen to this specific person speak to you. Okay, let's all stand up. Now let's all sing this song. Okay, let's all sit down now. Okay, let's all listen to the pastor. Okay, now it's time to pass the plate and put money in it. Okay, now it's time. It's not. If you don't know God, if you don't have a relationship with God, and you're trying to see God through man's actions, you're not going to really see or know him. So hence these videos, because God's above all that BS, all that man-made BS, confusion, agendas, temporary things that don't matter. So please share below, like, if you've experienced God's humor, because like I said, it's perfect. He is the funniest comedian. He is the Almighty, the Alpha and Omega. And the thing is you can almost say he, as far as a worldly perspective, he cheats because he created you, so he knows what's funny to you. He knows how to get to you. He knows how to lift you up, and he knows all. And he is just, that is an amazing part of my relationship with God, and I want others to know that it's available to you, okay, if you didn't know. But yeah, please share below your experiences of humor with the Lord. And I know it's hard to convey because it's personal, but still, please do it for people who don't know. And there are no coincidences. I'm going to have to do a video on that. There are no coincidences, okay? And when you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, man, it grabs your attention. He knows how to grab your attention. And if you're listening, again, listening, okay? You got to pay attention with him. But he's always with you. He is funny as heaven. Okay? But and he loves you. He loves you more than you know. So yeah, please share below in the comments. If you like the video, please like, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little ring-a-ding-a-ling, that bell for notifications, so you're notified when I upload videos. And like always, stay strong and God bless.